Good morning, students. I am Kamalnath here and I welcome you all in the class of English. Students, it's the first video session this week and I am going to explain you the exercise question answer of chapter 1 and uncomfortable bed. We have already read, I have explained you whole chapter. Hope you must have enjoyed the story. And after this, it's exercise, the questions that we have to discuss. We have to know the answers of these questions. So let's discuss, and you will write in copy all these answers I am going to discuss. I will add some more questions apart from these questions in online classes. You will add them as well and answer them. So let us see the questions that is given first in your exercise, understanding the text. The first question that is before us: my friends were fond of practical jokes. I do not care to know people who are not. My friends were fond of practical jokes. I do not care to know people who are not. This is the statement taken from the story, from your text. It's an extract. Here, the question from this sentence that is formed from the second sentence. You have been given here two sentences. First is, my friends were fond of practical jokes. And second sentence is, I do not care to know people who are not. So question is here, from the second sentence, what do you think the speaker valued in his friends? That is the question. From the second sentence, what do you think the speaker valued in his friends? The speaker was extremely suspicious about his friends being victim of their practical jokes, as he declares and affirms that his friends were fond of practical jokes. So he was afraid that they might make him the victim of their practical jokes. They might have planned something against him so that at the expense of the speaker, they could enjoy the practical joke. This was what the opinion, that was what the suspicion that he had formed. So here the question is that what? From the second sentence, what do you think the speaker valued in his friends? The speaker was extremely suspicious about his friends being victim of their practical jokes. But in the second sentence, he tells that he does not mind if someone are fond of that. It means he appreciates them for possessing that quality. He accepts that those who have this sense of humor, those who enjoy the fun, these jokes, he doesn't mind. He appreciates, he accepts. This is what he valued in his friends. Clear? And I think you must have understood what the second sentence is meant. I do not care to know people who are not. Second question, can you find any evidence in the text that supports the first sentence? Can you find any evidence in the text that supports the first sentence? No, I don't find anything which supports that his friends were fond of practical jokes. Actually, he was suspicious because they gave him grand welcome after his arrival there. They were very happy. They hugged him. They all embraced him. And the warm welcome, the grand reception he got from his friends, that made him suspected, made him suspicious. Indeed, they enjoyed, his friends enjoyed every moment to the fullest, laughing, enjoying, making fun. Okay, and that was what here the reason the Speaker became very suspicious about his friends. They might have set any plan, they might have framed any kind of joke, practical joke, at the expense of the narrator. Question number 2. The question is here, first the extract that is taken from the book, from your textbook, which at once made me rather suspicious. This is the line taken from your text. Which other words in the text tell you how the speaker was feeling and acting? Here the sentence that is given here is, which at once made me rather suspicious. Which other words in the text tell you how the speaker was feeling and acting? So we have to just choose these words, find these words from different paragraphs. Here that I have prepared for you, you too may find, if you have read the chapter paragraphs well, minutely, then you must have found these words. He could smell practical joke and was watchful. He is describing as the dogs are smelling anything and they are going to the conclusion. So he is telling about himself. He could smell practical joke and was watchful, restless, and looked distrustfully at the faces of the other guests. When he went in his bedroom, he cast a glance on the walls. He means gave his attention, quick attention, to every article, everything in the room. He looked at the walls, furniture, the ceiling, the hangings, everything that was hanging on the walls here and there, the hangings, and even the floor. He watched everything minutely if there was something wrong. But he saw nothing to justify his suspicion. He found nothing, nowhere, so that his suspicion could get here really any fact, any authenticity. Whatever he was suspecting, he was right. He lighted all the candles. He went inside the room. When he found that his candle was going to put off, he went into the room, found all the candles, and he lighted them up. He lit them all. So that he could see and he could be for the longer time in the light in the room, and he would try to search any other thing that was suspicious, that was doubtful. Let us see now. Next question. Add one more word of your own to describe his state of mind. Through which state of mind he was passing that time? This is the question. Add one more word. That word will be your own, our own. That can describe the state of mind of the speaker. In fact, the speaker is confused. No doubt the word that we can describe about the state of mind of the speaker will be confused. He was confused and not in a position to decide about his friends, whether they had really planned something against him or they were enjoying like that. At his arrival, they were no doubt very happy. He was not in a position to decide between these two opinions. He does not find any clue to suspect them. He doesn't find, when he looks after everywhere, observes everything, every article in the room, he doesn't find anything, any clue, so that he could find that his suspicion was correct. And tells that he is being foolish to think so about them. And he is telling that he is perhaps foolish. He is foolish to think about his friends. There is nothing like that. They have not done anything. He is thinking wrong. Yet he continues to suspect them. But still, he doesn't stop suspecting. Still he is doubtful. He observes the things here and there in every article he is observing very minutely, and he is trying what is wrong he must find, so that he can avoid any kind of really trap that had been made by his friends. Here the next question, that is third. Look out, old ferret. Again, this is the extract taken from your story textbook. Look out, old ferret. They have something in store for you. Another meaning of a ferret is to find something by searching carefully. To find something by searching carefully. Why do you think the speaker called himself a ferret? He told himself only, look out, old ferret. This was told by the speaker to himself. He called himself ferret because he watched and observed everything very carefully to find if there was any plan made by his friends to make him the victim of joke. So he was making himself quite vigilant, quite careful. He didn't want to be laughed at by his friends. He didn't want that his friends should laugh at him, making him the target of their practical joke. This was what? The reason he was quite vigilant, and he told himself ferret. Like ferret, he wants to be very watchful. So these were some of the questions that I have discussed today in the first video session. In online class, I have some more questions framed myself for discussion in the questions to ask you in the class, so that these questions can clear the concept of a story, everything minutely, clearly. So thank you students, thank you being with me. We will again meet in another session of the video, second session of the video. Thank you very much.